call to order the meeting of the mayor and council of the Borough of River Edge, December 11th, 2023, regular meeting, 7 p.m. I ask for a moment of silent prayer for all those in the world who are suffering mentally, physically, in danger from war or from distress, and also for those people in New York City whose whose building partially collapsed and now they are in a shelter. Ready, salute. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Statement of compliance with the Open Public Meeting Act. This meeting complies with the Open Public Meeting Act by notification on January 9th of this location, date, and time to the town news and the record, and by posting of the same on the municipal bulletin board and the borough website, and filing notice of the same with the municipal clerk. Madam Clerk, roll call.
Councilman Kanigo?
Present.
Council President Kaufman?
Here.
Councilwoman Montesano Cohen?
Here.
Councilwoman Kinsella?
Here.
Councilwoman Malalari?
Here.
Councilman Benson?
Here.
Mayor Papaleo?
Here. So I ask for some flexibility within the agenda for tonight. Is there objection? Without objection, can we have flexibility within the agenda? Is there objection? Hearing none, it is so moved. Okay, we only have one member of what looks to be a part of the Environmental Commission at this point. So we're going to wait for the other invitees to come. We'll move from item number 4 to item number 6. And we're going to move proclamations and wards to from the beginning of the meeting to council comment time. Okay. So this is the last meeting for Councilman Kanigo, and that's why we're moving that second piece. He has served with distinction, and we will offer comments and congratulations for time well served at that time at the end of the meeting. Okay, so approval of the minutes. Could I have a motion from Council President Kaufman and a second from Councilman Kanigo to approve the minutes of the mayor and council regular meeting and closed session meeting of November 27th, 2023, and approve the minutes of the mayor and council special meeting and closed session meeting December 4th, 2023.
So moved.
Thank you, Mayor. I second.
All those in favor, oh, hold on. If you need to abstain as after we've had the general vote and simply say, I'm abstaining for one part, but not the other. All those in favor, please say aye.
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 Are there any abstaining from any portion?
I abstained for the regular meeting and closed session of November 27, as I was not present.
Is there any other abstentions? Hearing none, it is so moved. Okay, Patty, can you turn on your camera and your mic for a minute? Patty Olberg?
Yep. Sorry. Gotcha.
Who else are we expecting tonight?
You know what? It was going to be David Kraft, but he was not able to make it due to a work conflict.
Okay, so there is no one else we expect at this time?
No.
All right, Patty. So we'll start with the Sustainable Jersey Bronze Certificate. And Patty, if you could introduce yourself, your role within the borough, and then speak to that item.
Sure. So my name is Patty Omberg. I am the co-chair along with David Kraft for the Environmental Protection Commission in River Edge. So we just recently this year, September, recertified bronze for Sustainable New Jersey. They had a luncheon down in Atlantic City in November. We have received some information from them. We were able to get, you have to have at least 150 points to be sustainable. We reached 200 points in different items. You have to have a green team, which we do. Our Hackensack River cleanup, we have points for. We get points not just for things that you might think of as environmental, right? It's kind of a really great big picture of the municipality as a whole. So I would definitely encourage people to go on Sustainable Jersey site and click on River Edge, and you can see our report. You can see anybody's report, but you can see the areas that we got points in. So the Hackensack River Keeper is one, the Farmers Market, because it's a community event. We submitted information for building healthy communities. That is, you don't really, the library programs, all our youth programs, our youth sports, senior programs, then entire community, things like the River Edge Run. So a lot of different things. Once you start assembling the information, we do a lot of great stuff. So it's all in our report. A lot of people know about our storm drain education and art program that we do with the 5th graders in both elementary schools. We just recently painted 2 storm drains on Continental. Let's see what else I'm trying to highlight. We get about 60 points in our report through the Shade Tree Commission. They do a tree protection ordinance, a community forestry management plan, tree hazards inventory. They keep track of those trees, tree maintenance, and tree plantings, all separate things that they get. We do the prescription drug drop off right at the police station. We do a paper shredding event twice a year. We do our styrofoam collection twice a year, and our second chance toy drive. Plus, we also submit our annual reports for both Green Team and Environmental Protection Commission to the mayor and council, and also as part of the Sustainable Jersey. So I think that's I just wanted to highlight some of the things that we do in the report. Like I said, you can go right onto their website and see all the write-ups and every backup information for all these things.
That's outstanding, Patty. Outstanding. I forget, our liaison to environmental and shade tree is
That's
We
me.
have a Claudiana, yep.
Councilwoman Claudiana. Do you want to say a few words about this Sustainable Jersey Bronze Certificate, Councilwoman? If you don't, that's okay, but I didn't want
No,
to.
I know the work that Patty and all the team of the Environmental Protection Committee put into it. We sat down at the beginning. We went through the options of what we could do so we can collect as many points as possible. And then was all Patty and the rest of the commission that worked hard. I very happy and very proud of the whole team. Thank you, Patty.
Thank you. Thank you.
Patty,
Like I said,
oh, go ahead.
no, it's just like I said, I just want to say, just take a look at the report, because it really is quite an extensive amount of information that was collected and gathered and submitted.
Patty, I think the council would echo Councilwoman Mallory that you've done a phenomenal job. You and Green Team and all of the ancillary groups, Shade Tree and others. I think also, don't we also get points for being not bias free, stigma free?
Yeah, that's probably under the healthy community. Yep. Yep.
Yeah, and I'm sure
Yeah.
that, and that is, our health department does a lot towards that. And then, of course,
Yep.
we want to congratulate Councilwoman Kaufman and all the work of the farmers market. So
Yep.
we really, I think I speak not just for the council, but for the town when we thank you for all that you do to make New Jersey, to make River Edge a town in New Jersey that is worth emulating. And how many towns in the state, or what percentage of towns can get the bronze, silver, or gold?
Anybody can get it. You just have to do the work. And I actually had that up, and now let me just scroll
Take a
back
moment.
to that page. I'm trying to think. Sorry. So here we go. So there are right now currently 136 bronze certified towns.
And
And
if I'm not mistaken, there are 565 towns in the state of New Jersey.
I believe so. Yep. Yeah. So, and there's 70 silver. So silver is 300 points. We had to do 150. Silver's 300, might even be 350. So those towns do quite a bit. They do have a great website, so you can kind of look and see like they have dots, and they're either bronze or silver. So you can scroll right up to Bergen County and see. You have let's see who's silver in our.
Are there any gold?
Ooh. There are 5 gold
So about,
towns are they? Ooh,
so that's about
That's-
250
okay.
out of 565 towns are
Yeah.
getting awarded, which means that we're in the top 50%.
oh, yes, yep.
And so we're very grateful. Patty, are you also going to speak to the Environmental Commission's request for a resolution supporting continuation of the corporate business tax? Is that something you're here to do?
Yes, I am.
Then why don't we move on to that and then we can tie it
Okay.
up.
Tie it all in. Great. Okay. So I'm not sure how familiar anybody is with this. I was not too familiar until we received an email from ANJAC, which is the Association of New Jersey Environmental Commissions. So currently, so it started in 2018 that Trenton enacted a 2.5 temporary surtax for businesses with incomes over 1 million. Okay, that is set to, it was supposed to expire in 2020. They extended it for 3 years and it's going to expire the end of December. Within that corporate business tax, they call it a CBT. There are things for, it protects open space. It helps cleanups for hazardous sites in New Jersey. And as we know, we have a very large industrial legacy in New Jersey and a lot of contamination. It also helps preserve farmlands, historical preservations, and open space environmental issues. That's only a part of what the tax does. So once they roll that back, I think we're all, it's part of, I think transportation, all of our roads is funded by that, our schools. So it's a lot of different things that are part of that taxes. So there's a lame duck session until early January. So we're hoping, they had asked a lot of the environmental commissions if they would reach out to their mayor and councils to pass a resolution, of which they had submitted a sample resolution. So I'm not sure if it's something that the mayor and council would be interested to do in order to be able to get Governor Murphy to rethink the taxes. Because in 2014, we as voters actually approved a change in the New Jersey Constitution to add money that would make it so that we preserve our open space. And that money, I believe, agreed that it would come out of this fund, this corporate business tax.
So Patty, this would not be something the council would debate under Robert's rules. We would do it during new business, but the council, is free to ask you questions. So does any member of council wish to ask a question about the request from the Environmental Commission for a resolution for this corporate business tax? All right. Patty, I think that it's not that they disagree. I don't know if they agree or disagree, but I think they understand it. So Patty, we thank you for coming. We congratulate the Environmental Commission and all the ancillary commissions and committees and for working with you, and boards, library board working with you and everyone else to give us this status of bronze certification. We appreciate that. Well done.
Thank you. Thank you. It's a great way to see how many wonderful people there are in town doing lots of great things. So thank you. DPW included. Thanks.
Oh, yes, of course. Oh, my God.
Yes, they're a big, they're a really big part of that. So
huge. And
huge,
especially with
yes.
the painting of and the police department.
Yep.
The painting and the auxiliary police, the painting of the storm drains. All right, Pat.
Yep.
Thank you for coming. We're going to move you out of panelist. You're absolutely welcome to stay if you want as a participant, but we're going to move you now out of panelist. Thank you, Patty.
Thank you.
All right, we will now move to open to public comments on any item of the agenda. Could I have a motion from Councilwoman Montesano Cohen and a second from Councilwoman Kinsella to open to the public on the agenda?
So moved. Second.
All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Are there any opposed or any abstention? Hearing none, it is unanimous. We are now open to the public. If the public would like to raise their hand, we could allow you, bring you over, be a panelist, turn on your camera, and let you speak. Council President, do you see anybody?
Do not.
All right. Could we have a motion to close to the public? Could we have a motion from Councilwoman Mallory and a second from Councilman Benson?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any
Aye.
opposed or any abstention? Hearing none, we are now up to appointments. Could I have a motion from Councilwoman Kinsella and a second from Councilman Kenigo? Once I finish reading into the record appointments and personnel changes. So to approve the salary change for Mark Rigney, Department of Public Works, from laborer step 2, salary of $49,153 to equipment operator step 1, $62,967 with a 6 months probation period effective December 11, 2023. And approve the salary change of Roger Tarpey, Department of Public Works from general repair step 7, salary of $77,547 to laborer step 10, $78,780 effective December 11, 2023.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, any abstention? Hearing none, it is unanimous. On the agenda, we have monthly report, environmental, green team, land use, historic commission, and tax collector. They are all either from October or November. Any member of public would like a copy simply needs to contact the borough clerk. Second reading and hearing on ordinances. In a moment, to open to the public, could I have a motion from Councilwoman Mallory and a second from Councilman Benson to open to the public on the 3 ordinances I'm about to read into the record? The following ordinance published here within was first read by title only on November 27, 2023, posted on a bulletin board outside of the clerk's office. Ordinance 23-24, an ordinance creating a new chapter in revised general ordinance of the Borough of River Edge entitled Privately Owned Salt Storage. Ordinance 23-25, an ordinance amending and supplementing the revised general ordinance of the Borough of River Edge, Chapter 400, Vehicles and Traffic. Ordinance 23-26, bond ordinance to authorize the improvement of Broadwood Road, Section 8, in, by, and for the Borough of River Edge in the County of Bergen, State of New Jersey, to appropriate the sum of $373,252 to pay the cost thereof and to appropriate a state grant to authorize issuance of bonds to finance such appropriation and to provide for the issuance of bond anticipation notes in anticipation of the issuance of such bonds.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor, please say aye.
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 Any opposed, any abstentions? Okay, Ms. Apertola, could you please give us a synopsis for the public's benefit of 23-24, 25, and 26?
Absolutely. Ordinance 23-24 is required of all municipalities to adopt by the Department of Environmental Protection for our municipal stormwater permit. And we will have other such types of required ordinances in the new year. 23-25 enacts the parking restriction of prohibited parking on Summit Avenue during school days and hours, as well as adding a stop sign on River Street. And lastly, 23-26 is a bond ordinance to finance Bogut Road, Section 8. We received $249,252 from the New Jersey Department of Transportation. So the state grant covers construction costs, and the borough just has to pay the soft costs, meaning the engineering and traffic detail. And our intent is to bid Section 7 and 8 together in early 2024.
Good. So we're basically bonding in 23-26 before they give us the grant. We then do the work and they reimburse us.
Yes, all state grants are done on a reimbursement basis.
So we're not really paying, the public is not really paying $373,252. It's just we need to bond that until we get reimbursement.
Yes, the project can come lower, and if the project comes lower, so does the reimbursement from the state. So ultimately, it all depends when the project is completed. And the chief financial officer handles that with bond counsel for permanent financing, but that's several years down the road.
Okay, excellent. If any member of the public who are participants would like to ask a question or make a comment, please feel free to raise your hand at this time. Council President.
I don't see anyone.
All right. Could I have who did I leave out? Could I have a motion from Councilman Benson and a second from Council President Kaufman to close to the public?
So moved.
Council President?
Second.
All those in favor, please say aye.
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 Okay, could I have a motion from Councilman Kenigo and a second from Councilman Malari to adopt ordinances 23-24, 23-25, and 23-26?
So moved.
Second.
It is now open for debate. Is there debate on any of the ordinances? Does any member of council at this point wish to pull out for a separate vote any of the ordinances? Hearing none, Madam Clerk, roll call.
Councilman Kenigo,
Yes.
Council President Kaufman,
Yes.
Councilwoman Montesano Cohen,
Yes.
Councilwoman Kinsella,
Yes.
Councilwoman Malalari,
Yes.
Councilman Benson.
Yes.
Okay, before we move resolutions 23-326 through 335, Ms. Apratella, can you speak for the public's benefit to the change orders that are listed so that the public might understand what we're doing generally and why? You don't need to get too specific.
Change orders happen during construction once a contract is awarded based on a bid. Sometimes there are changes in quantities, additional work may have to be added, additional materials, or the scope of the job is done and there's actually less materials to be used. So you have to do a change order, whether it's an increase or a decrease. And this is required under local local finance law, and then the payment is adjusted as enumerated in the resolution, what the original contract amount was, and the amount of the change order, the reason for the change order, and the updated price.
The council has gotten this beforehand, so they've had it for a couple of days. Does any member of council have a question they'd like to ask at this time about any of the resolutions before we move them? Councilwoman Kinsella.
Just one question, Mayor. Just more elaboration on 23-330. Just a quick question on that amendment would increase much of the municipality's costs, correct?
Yes, this would be a change to the workers' compensation law, particularly the amount awarded for attorney's fees, and New Jersey already has the highest workers' compensation costs in the country. So this would just be an additional financial burden on the taxpayer. So many municipalities, if not all of them in the state of New Jersey, are imploring our legislature to not adopt this pending bill.
Okay, thank you.
Any other questions or inquiries? All right, could I have a motion from Councilwoman Kinsella and a second from Councilwoman Montesano Cohen to move resolutions 23-326 to 23-335?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? Hearing none, it is unanimous. Council President Kaufman, would you please read into the record 23-336, and would one member of the Finance Committee second?
Payment of bills at a regular meeting of the Mayor and Council of the Borough of River Edge, County of Bergen, State of New Jersey, held on December 11th, 2023. Be it resolved that the Mayor and Council of the Borough of River Edge approve the following expenditures. Current fund, $1,518,479.85. Capital fund, $2,124,216.51. Animal control fund, $215.62. Trust other fund, $2,500. Payroll fund, $19,569. Developers escrow fund, $2,582.50. Recreation trust fund, $117.91. So moved.
Second.
All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, any abstention? Hearing none, it is so moved. Okay, we come to new business. Does the council wish to consider the green team's suggestion at this time? If it does not, the council simply remains silent. Okay, is there any other new business or old business that the council would like to raise? Ms. Appertella.
Yes, I just wanted to give an update on the library project with respect to the generator. PSC&G sent an inspector about 2 weeks ago and advised the contractor they need to finalize the connection of the generator and get it running. They have to patch it, they have to purchase downstream regulators to regulate the gas downstream. The contractor is working with somebody very specific at PSC&G, ordered the regulators. And this product should arrive within a week or so. And once it's installed, they could schedule the startup of the generator and provide training to our DPW on it, as well as the library.
Ms. Appertella, is there any other updates on construction at this time?
No, not at this time.
Very good. All right, so what we're going to do now, some flexibilities, we're going to open to the public. With one exception, we're going, and then we're going to close to the public with one exception. We're going to remain open to Beth Canigo. In fact, Michelle, would you please move Beth into a panelist position? Okay. And Beth, we're going to hold off on reaching out to you until after we close to the public. Okay. So is there, so could I have a motion from Councilman Benson and a second from Council President Kaufman to open to the public on any questions?
So moved.
Second. And first in line is Patty. 1 second. Patty, I'm moving you over. Yes. Okay.
Great. Okay,
Patty, this time you have to say your full name and address because you're speaking as a resident.
sure. It's Patty Omberg. I live at 659 Fifth Avenue. I would just gonna see if we could ask a question. We do a styrofoam collection and somebody had mentioned the possibility of doing a small scale one on January 6th. And we would bring our styrofoam to the county styrofoam densifier, which is currently housed in Ridgefield Park. We would be able to actually see how the machine is run. And we were wondering if it's possible to do that in that community parking lot by the library and what we would need to do to, we would just be like a 2-hour, we're not looking for a massive collection, as it would just be a handful of us carting the materials the following day.
Ms. Appertella.
That would have to be coordinated with our DPW and library director, since it's for borough purposes. We're covered with our insurance. It's just working with the departments on that.
Okay,
So
Great, thanks.
council, all in favor of allowing a mini styrofoam collection for, well, actually, I need a motion from some member of council to allow for a mini styrofoam collection on January 6th, 2024 at a time to be determined in the parking lot adjacent to Memorial Park and the library.
So
So
moved.
moved. Second.
It's been moved and seconded. It is now open for debate, comment, or question. Is there debate? Comment? Question? Hearing none, all in favor, please say aye.
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 All right, Patty, you got your date. Thank you
Thank
for,
you.
for doing
Thank
that. We
you.
appreciate it. All right,
Super.
Patty, we're gonna move you. Oh, do you have something else?
I have one other quick thing. Just as an environmental commission, as we're kind of trying to look a little bit more into our responsibilities and our role in the town. One of the things that they suggest is you have a liaison to the land use board. So I was wondering if that's something that the mayor and council would consider looking into in the near
We
future.
have a council member on the land use board. It's been Councilman Canigo this year, and next year, I believe it will be Councilman Glass. And I'm on the land use board. But are you
So
asking?
what's recommended is to have an Environmental Protection Commission member to be like a liaison that sits on, like we have a shade tree person on our commission and a rec person on our commission.
So, Ms. Apatella and Mr. Sarlo, would that require an ordinance change?
I've seen it in the code. I've seen that position codified, that it's a council member serving on the land use and an environmental commit or a council person on environmental commission, but every municipality is different. I defer to Mr. Sarlo.
Yeah, so Mayor, if I understand correctly, they're not looking to be appointed to a voting member position. They're looking to have a liaison, but the liaison then would be sitting there asking questions of the applicant. I don't know, though, if that would be, I would rather, if they want input on a application, perhaps the planning board could send a copy of the plans to them, and then they can maybe prepare a memo or put their comments to the planning board or zoning board ahead of time.
So, Pat,
Like we do, like other towns do with their emergency services. Emergency services will take a look at the plans and will, take a look and make comments, whether the turning radius is accurate or so be it. If you want, you could do it that way. Not certain, though, you're going to be appointing a liaison that they're going to be sitting on the dais as a person. They may can sit to the side. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, I'm concerned about asking questions also of the applicants. There is a process, and we certainly don't want to open ourselves up to a possible lawsuit, depending on if there is opposition voiced by the liaison. So, but I think I hope that we might be comfortable with what you suggest. Send a copy of the materials or for a copy of the materials to a liaison, and that liaison then can write up a memo and share that with the land use board president. Mr. Sarlo, would that require a change in ordinance? Would
No.
that be a solution, or would it just be something that the council could agree to now?
No, it would be more of just, kind of a directive, or, I mean, again, it would really be the planning board. Again, they're an autonomous board, right? So it would be the planning board to say, yeah, we would like their input. So it would really be, this request really should go to the planning board and be coordinated with the planning board.
Patty, can you type up the request, send it to Ms. Apatella? She will then send it to Mr. Alter, Edward Alter, and he would put it on the agenda for the next meeting, or if the next meeting's happening this week, so it might not go on the agenda this
Right,
week.
yeah.
It might
That's
wait
fine.
to January, and then we can, if the land use board is in agreement to a input, non-panelist input, then it would go into effect next year.
Okay, great.
All
Thank
right.
you.
And Ms. Apatella, you'll send that, you'll send that to Ms. Apatella as a formal
Yes.
request.
Yes,
Cool. Okay, great.
thank you.
All right, so we're going to move you back into attendees. Does any other attendee wish to ask a question or make a comment? All right, so we're going to close to the public with the exception of Beth Canigo. So could I have a motion to close to the public with the exception of Beth Canigo?
So moved.
Second.
It's been moved in second. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All right. So now we're going back to agenda item number 7, proclamation and awards plaque presentation to Councilman Canigo. Councilman Canigo has served this, and I'm sharing my screen right now. Councilman Canigo has served the borough very well. Dario, how many years is it now? 8 or so?
I'm just finishing up my 7th, so seven in total.
Oh, that's right, because we appointed you to your first, right?
Correct.
He's done a tremendous service to the town, absolutely committed to doing the very best job. And so we present this plaque to you. I'm going to drop it off at your house. We're not in person, so I can't give it to you. So I took a picture of it. And it says, Borough of River Edge, Bergen County, New Jersey, 1693, presented to Dario Canigo, Councilman 2018 to 2023, Council President 2020 and 2021, in appreciation for your dedicated and valuable contribution to serve the best interests of the residents of the borough of River Edge. Thomas Papaleo on Council 2023. Everyone, a round of applause for Councilman Canigo. Now, Councilman Canigo, if you allow me, I'm going to let you and Beth, if she wishes, to close out the evening, close out this portion of the session. I'm going to say a few words to start us off. Dario, you honestly never give less than 110% to everything you do. It's amazing. You just, your commitment is always there. You have offered thoughtful and wise direction to the council, and we will miss you. And we appreciate, and I personally appreciate, everything you have done for the town and you have done for this council. And we wish you well in the future. And if you wish to be appointed to something, please let me know. And now what we'll do is, if it's okay, we'll start off with Council President Kaufman, and then we'll work by seniority. Okay.
Sounds good. Councilman Canigo, you've done a fantastic job for the borough as councilperson during these last 7 years, and we are very thankful for that. In particular, I'd like to call out your efforts to make sure that the girls of Regal finally got improved fields at Roosevelt. Thank you so much for that. Also, you accomplished a lot as council president for 2 years, and with your work on the Personnel Committee, the Land Use Board, the Legal and Contracts Committee, the Traffic and Safety Committee, and the Finance Committee, and many other departments that you were liaison, including Fire this year. We greatly appreciate your astute input into River Edge's governance, and we are going to miss you and wish you all the best in all that you do.
Councilwoman Montesano Cohen.
Thank you, Mayor. Dario, thank you for over 7 years of service to River Edge. I personally will miss your wit, passion, knowledge, and partnership. Enjoy the time you're getting back, and hopefully you will be with us again sometime in the future.
Councilwoman Kinsella.
Thanks, Mayor. Dario, I think you're one of those rare individuals who grew up in a town, went to school in a town, then decided to put all of your efforts and time, a lot of time, into making the town even better. So that in itself is a massive accomplishment. I think that your being your running mate gave me a little bit more knowledge about you and how much effort you go into everything that you do. Your knowledge, dedication, and insight to and for the council has been invaluable. And I personally will miss you. And we've not always agreed on everything, but I know your passion for this town is immense. So I want to wish you and your family a good and wonderful future. Thanks for your service.
Councilwoman Malari.
Well, it was a pleasure knowing you, Dario, and working with you even for a short time. I learned a lot from you, and I wish you all the best. Happy holidays to you and your family, and I'm really going to miss you. But I'll see you around in town.
All right. Councilman Benson.
Thank you. Dario, it's been a pleasure working with you over the past year, though I never actually got to see you in person at a council meeting. It's only been on Zoom. But I've only known you for a year. This is my first year. And to be honest with you, you've sort of served as a role model for me. I watch you in our meetings, and many times I wish I had your insightfulness, your humor, your cordiality as well. And all those things I watch and observe and say, wow, I hope in the future I can do it kind of like Dario did it. So thank you for that. And I wish, again, you and yours all the very best. And I look forward to working with you ongoing on whatever else you do here in River Edge.
I don't know, Councilman Glass or Ann or Lizette or Tom, if you want to say anything, you don't have to. But you know, if you'd like to, please feel free.
I will. Totally unprepared, but Dario, I've only had the opportunity to be at these meetings recently for, a short time, but it only took a New York minute for me to realize what value you've added and provided on this governing body. So I will take that as lesson learned as well. Thank you for your service.
So, Ms. Apatola? No?
Yes,
Go
yes. Dario, thank you so much. You've given me great counsel, a lot of humor, pure honesty, and a lot of background and insight. It's been a pleasure working with you. My past 3 years with the borough, and as well working with Beth in my first year with the borough. And I'll greatly miss your leadership and your guidance. Thank you.
Okay. All right. Beth, do you want to have Dario gets the last word? So do you have I don't know if you want to, but you are free to if you wish.
Sure. I'm not going to turn on my camera because I'm here with the kids and we're all kind of ready for bed, but we just wanted to say how proud we are of Dario. And I'm going to get choked up because I know that this has been, it's a long time to serve your community. And he has done it so very selflessly. And I know that, we miss him when he spends all of these times at meetings and all of the time that he has given to the borough. So we're very, very, very thankful that we're going to get that time back with him. But I also know how badly and how much he's going to be missed. His insight is always something that I value. Everyone knows that. So I know how much other people will miss it because it is really, he has a wonderful mind and brings so much to everything he does. He's always gives 100% of himself. So babe, we love you. Congratulations on a really amazing career as a politician. We love you, and dinner will be ready for you when you're done with your meeting. Do you guys have anything to say to Dad? No, we love you. Congrats, honey.
All right. Okay. Councilman Kaniga. Dario.
Yes. Thank you all. I'm moved, and it's very touching, and I appreciate all your words. It's very kind. Bear with me. I've got a statement. I'm going to do my best. 7 years is a long time, to dedicate to doing anything and to working at your best, or trying your best at least at all times to do the right things. It has been an absolute honor serving the people of River Edge. It's been a fantastic experience. I've given of myself, and in return, I've learned, I've gained knowledge, invaluable experience. I've made friends, and I count you all amongst them. And having you appreciation for the complexity of human beings in general. I learned to be patient, to live with frustration, and that anything can be done with the right attitude, the right team around you, and with a lot of luck. I've been a liaison to just about every commission, committee, department in River Edge. I've been elected by the council very thankfully twice. I'm thankful for being elected twice to serve as council president, which has been and is one of the greatest honors of my life. I've worked early in the morning with the budget committee, trudging into Borough Hall at 7:30 in the morning on cold February mornings and March mornings, on Saturdays, with the rest of the council and the mayor and a few brave souls who agreed to serve on the budget committee to make sure that every penny that is spent in the budget was reasonable, it was necessary, and it was accounted for. I've served with incredible, passionate, generous volunteers who give of themselves without ever asking for anything in return, as we saw Ms. Holmberg here today telling us all about her service and other people's service that benefit everybody in our town. I've interviewed, helped to hire, or helped to promote probably more than half of the River Edge Police Force. I think we have excellent leadership now. We have the best River Edge Police Force we've ever had. I've been a liaison to the police for many years. I got to work with both chiefs, and I've just seen what I think, well, at least what I see as an improvement, and just the attitude and everything seems a little better. During our time, I've worked hard to ensure that our record of commitment to resident safety continued to be paramount. We've put in 8 or 9 crosswalks with flashers at the different schools and dangerous intersections. More will come. Look, ultimately, I'm just so thankful to everyone who voted for me, who gave me the opportunity and the ability to not only fulfill a dream, which is to have been elected to a public service job, but also to give back to my community. Now I'm just going to list some people. I hope I didn't forget anybody, but I'll do my best, because I think all these people do deserve to be recognized, because it really does take a village, and anything that I was able to do was because of help from others. So first and foremost, Beth, my family, my mom who just passed away, they've been such rocks and support to me. I couldn't have done it without them. I began my career because the chairwoman of the Democratic Committee put my name up to be somebody who might replace her when she suddenly quit, Kathleen Murphy. Thank you to her. Then there were 2 people, I'll talk about them later, but they're very important, and I'll address them in a second. Everybody on this council who has been on this council and I've served with. I served with Vito Acquafreda, God rest his soul. He was a fantastic man. I learned so much from him. Al Bartoloni, fantastic individual, still in town, still serving, still helping. Mary Davis, I couldn't say enough about her. Ed Mignon, Joe Gaudier, a friend who now I get to bike with a little more often because we'll have more time. Michelle Kaufman, you're fantastic. You give so much of yourself. Lisa, you know, you're a friend. I treasure our friendship. Indira, we worked together, we ran together, and yeah, of course, you know, there's always going to be differences, but I appreciate you. Claudiana, Barry, you're growing as a councilman. I see it. I appreciate everything you said. Claudiana, I appreciate you too as well. I don't need to shortchange you, but I see that, you know, our future is bright. You guys are doing a great job, and just, you know, remember, the people are electing you. They believe in you, so believe in yourselves and do what you think is right. And ultimately, if you follow that, you'll be fine. You know, so many people in the administration. First and foremost, Lizette and Ann, you two are just, I couldn't say enough about you guys. You're fantastic. Judy O'Connell, just retiring right now. You deserve the best in retirement. Thank you for everything. Thank you for putting up with me being late to sign things and not getting too terribly upset with me. Chief Tom Caridi, who left us a couple of years ago. He was a great chief, and Chief Walker, who is tremendous in what he does, and all the excitement, exuberance he brings to this position, all the changes he's made for the betterment. He's bringing us into the 21st century. Thank you. The REPD, all the patrolmen and women, all the sergeants, lieutenants, Captain Casey, you guys are all terrific. The REFD, right? It's volunteers, people who give of their time selflessly, truly. They risk their lives to save us. You know, the chiefs I've worked with, obviously our current chief, Greg Caridi, just an amazing individual, and Bill Sanders and George O'Connell, the past chiefs. the new guard coming in, Rob Schlossberg. I mean, I could name them all, and they give so much of themselves. They really do. They do so much for us. The library board, Dara O'Connor. You know, I started as liaison there and kind of cut my teeth, and you see the passion of these boards, and I really saw the love they have for the library and how they expand and what they do, and they've done such a tremendous job, and they should be certainly commended. Jason Melito, our DPW superintendent, I was a liaison to the DPW for a couple of years. He just gives, I mean, if somebody gives 110% of themselves, I mean, you know, it's not technically possible, but he does, you know, and he should be commended. All the members of all the boards I've served on, the land use board, that'll be my last meeting as a council person this Wednesday, so I'll thank them individually. But certainly the chair people there, Chris Gaslin, before him, Jim Arkelian, they give them themselves, and they work really hard. The members of the Traffic and Safety Committee, I've been a member of that committee, I think the entire time I've been on the council, or almost the entire time. They do a lot of great work. They really take their task seriously and try to do best for traffic here in town. Obviously, all the members of the Budget Committee, I want to say thank you to Neil Carroll, who works so hard for this town, volunteers on so many different levels, and has for so many years. It's individuals like him who just make this town move forward. Tom Sarlo, you're a friend, you're a confidant, you're an amazing attorney. I think very big things are coming for you. I really hope everything we've talked about comes true. And I'm very fortunate to count you as a friend, and I thank you. Tom's wife, Marie Papaleo, is the chairwoman of the River Edge Democrats now and has been for many years, puts up incredible candidates who are now sitting on this council, who cared tremendously about the town, and certainly has given me and our candidates some great support and should be thanked. I'm going to also thank Joe Lagana, Lisa Swain, and Chris Tully from the beginning. They've been there. And before Mr. Tully was there, it was Bob Gordon, who was the senator, and Lagana and Swain were the assembly people. And I walked with them, I marched with them, trying to get elected, and they certainly helped and continue to help the people of River Edge, and they should be thanked, and certainly every chance you get, vote for them. I think I named everybody, but if I didn't, it's not because I was not thinking of you. It's an emotional time for me. Thank you. Move to adjourn to the next meeting.
All right. So, Councilman Kenigo, could I have a motion from you to go to closed session 23-337, resolution to go into closed session, exclude the public, personnel NJSA 10:4-12V8, police lieutenant interviews?
For the last time, so moved.
Do I have a second from anyone else?
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. For the public's benefit, we will not be coming back into public session because we do not need to take action. Is that correct, Ms. Apatola?
Yes, that's correct.
So we will be adjourning the public session, going into closed session, but we will not be returning to public session. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, any abstention? We are adjourning the public meeting at this time. Thank you and good night. Okay, could I have a motion to reopen the public session from a regular meeting, December 11, 2023?
So moved.
Second.
All right, Madam Clerk, roll call, please. Oh, wait, I'm sorry. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Madam Clerk, roll call, please.
Councilman Kenigo,
Present.
Council President Kaufman.
Here.
Councilwoman Montesano Cohen,
Here.
Councilwoman Kinsella,
Here.
Councilwoman Malalari,
Here.
Councilman Benson,
Here.
Mayor Papaleo.
Here. Okay, we are now back open for December 11th. The chair recognizes Councilman Kenigo.
Thank you, and thank you all for reopening it for just this very brief purpose. In my closing remarks, I mentioned early on that there were two people I was going to talk about later, and of course I forgot in my emotions. So the last two people, and they're not the last, they were first amongst who I have to thank, are two individuals who are so important to not only my career as a councilman, but they became friends, they became confidants. We have butted heads at times, but we've always wanted the best for River Edge. And I have to thank Ellen Bastide, former councilwoman, former council president, just a terrific individual and a force for good here in River Edge. She has been missed in this past year, and not to say that anybody who replaced her, Barry, you've been great, but her font of information and knowledge is tremendous. And last but not least, Mayor Papaleo. You know, when I got elected, I think I talked about how important you were to my career and everything we've gone through together. We were running mates as well. One year we ran for council together. I have first hand knowledge. I am a witness to your dedication, to your absolute love for this town. Again, we may not always have agreed, but I've always respected that you have truly wanted the best for River Edge and have worked hard to get there. You're always even-tempered, even-keeled, and I've seen you grow not only as a council person, but I've seen you grow as a mayor really exponentially every year. And I think River Edge is in really great hands. So thank you, and thank you to Ellen for everything you guys did for me, for being there. And of course, I'm not dropping dead, hopefully, knock on wood. So I'll be around if you guys need anything, want to bounce anything off. I'm more than happy to be here for everybody. Thank you again. And with that, I move to close the meeting.
All right, we have had a motion. Can we have a second?
Second.
All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Thank you, and you will be missed, Dario. Good night.
I'll miss you all. Thank you. Good night.